Are we up and running? Let's see, let's see. Are we live? Are we doing it? Is the stream running? We're live. All right, sweet. Awesome. Let me drop this onto Twitter and tell people we're live. Oh, we gotta fix that. Oh no. How do I fix? Yeah. Change. Oh, I have an idea. hold on. This is gonna be funny. This is gonna be good. I need to find it. I gotta go here. No way, is it broken? Are you kidding me? This is gonna be good. Documents. Go here. Hey, we got someone in here. Hold on just a second. I am switching the picture and I'm gonna drop this on. Let me show you the thumbnail I'm about to have for the stream. I'll pull it up over here. I made this today. I'm gonna post it tomorrow morning. That's what we're gonna post. That's gonna be the thumbnail of this stream. What do we think of that? Is that a good thumbnail for the stream? Alright. Let me drop this now. Should be fixed. We're live. Say hi. Alright, now we should start seeing some people hop in. How are we doing? Why does it keep switching? Fix that. Alright, let me get some lights going in here. Let's make it look a little more fun. I'm going to be looking at a couple things tonight that I'm excited to look at. I'm going to be looking at previous interest rates when they dropped. And we're just going to kind of look at what happens when we're steady for a while and then interest rates drops. We're just going to look at the reactions and kind of take some guesses for tomorrow, as well as convince you guys that my chart colors are just the best. There's no other chart colors like mine. Let's get seen. Work congruent views. 5 views, baby. 16 views. Oh my gosh, we're famous. There we go. Come on. Why is that not... We gotta fix that. Because that should be updated. Should get some more people popping in here. I'm trying to. We got 3 people in here now. Copy current address. We gotta go to the chat, edit, bang, okay. Oh, that's not what we want. Copy current address, chat, bang. Hey, there we go. Sweet. All right, I want to look at US interest rates. The past 50 years of interest rates. That's what I want to see. Ew. Who uses bar charts? That's so boring. We need to fix that. What are these gray things? Do these indicate like recessions? Wait, 2008? They do, don't they? So that's probably not good. Wow. So we're just going to go into a recession then, I suppose. Uh-oh. I need to see a better chart though. This one's not good. Federal funds rate. Why? Dang. Guess I'm washed. It's alright. Fed funds rate. I did say 8. Annual average. Annual change. Okay, this is kind of interesting. That's not what we're looking for though. We need to see when we drop rates after. Forex Factory did a good job of displaying. Forex Factory. Of displaying like all-time interest rates. So messy. We got 5 people in there. How are you guys doing today? Did you guys take any trades today? Not me. I stayed out of the mess. It looked pretty rough for those who did. Of course. This could be good. Well, we can at least look at 2 times. June in 2019. So 2019 in June. What day? June 19th, 2019. That was a time when it was kind of flat for a little while, and then we saw an initial drop. June 19th, 2019. Let's see what happened June 19th, 2019. Was looking at Euro US dollar today, but it was overextended in New York. What do you mean, like expansion was just too heavy? I haven't traded Forex in a while. You only do Forex? June 19th, 2019. July, June. All right. This day. Dang, it looks like nothing happened. You started learning with Forex? Me too. That's where I started initially, was Forex. But over time, I heard everyone just say futures, futures, futures. Yeah. And then I ended up switching to futures because everyone was like, futures moves better than Forex. Futures moves better than Forex. So I was like, okay, I'll look. July 2019. That's when I started. Yeah, I like futures more than Forex. When I made the switch, I never looked back. I liked it more. Exactly. Yeah, everyone's like, futures, futures, futures. Nobody does Forex anymore, at least. That'll probably change again at some point. July 31st, that's when it was. July 31st. Wow, okay, this is really interesting. I'm afraid it's gonna mess up my stuff. I'm not gonna be able to go back as far as I want. Let's see if we can. Maybe TradeZilla would be better for this. Yeah, I like futures more than Forex. It moves cleaner in my opinion. Have not had issues with it. We're going to look at start date 2019 June, end date. Doesn't really matter. Oops. We are looking at right now interest rates and seeing what happens basically when we're stagnant for a little while and then we drop. What happens when we do that initial drop? What happens when we break the stagnation of interest rates? When we do that initial tick down, what's going on? We're going to take a look at that. Interest rates. Create session. Honestly, because I'm curious. So July 31st is going to happen. So I go to August. Let's just see. Oh. What a drop. That's kind of crazy. Could you imagine if we see this tomorrow? That would be pretty heavy. Oh my. Not an ad. Wow. This would be pretty intense. It's also a really weird time. What a drop. And this is when they dropped it. So this should be like, this is what's good to see. And then we drop. That's really interesting. It's usually one-sided. I don't think it should be. Like, interest rates dropping is usually good for the economy, because when you drop interest rates, it's cheaper to borrow money. And when you can borrow more money, you can spend more money. But it also indicates that the Federal Reserve is reading data that is indicating a poor economy, maybe a slowing economy. So it's like a confirmation that the economy is not in good shape when we drop interest rates. It's like, hey, we're not doing too hot. We need to drop rates. Dropping rates is good, but it means that we're not doing too hot as an economy. And we see this kind of massive drop here on July. Oh my gosh, am I looking at the wrong? This makes more sense. This is when it is. Okay. Still, same thing. This is the confirmation, though, that I bet this is exactly what we will see tomorrow. Like, to a T, except instead of doing this, we're gonna do this. Shuffle, 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 bang. The Ghost! How's it going, man? How are you? Good to see you, man. This is what we're doing tomorrow at 2:30. We're gonna do this little chop when they drop interest rates, and it's gonna be the 0.25% drop that we are all expecting. And then 2:30 is gonna hit. He's gonna do his little monetary policy speech, and then he's gonna say, yeah, we're gonna cut more this year, and we're gonna take off when he says that. He's gonna say that we're gonna do more cuts this year, and we're gonna go pew, and we're gonna see some massive, like, rip up. That's what's gonna happen. You're doing great. Man, you're awesome. Keep up the good work, bro. I see your posts all the time. Yeah, we're gonna see something like this. That's my theory. That's my guess. When else did it happen? So we have that. That was the housing crash. September 2007. And we see it again September 2024. We can look at that one as well. September 2024. Let's see. September 18th, 2024. That was really bad. Okay. And you can see how consistently accurate these predictions are. Like, they're just on point. And we're actually expecting a 0.25% cut. September 2024. September 18th. September 2024. This day. That's probably the, yep. Interesting. This would be the press conference. It's gonna screw things up again. I need to do this instead. Okay, so here we have the rate cut announcement at 2 p.m. And then it looks like we start talking here, and it's a lot of nothing. Not a lot of action at all. To those in here, what are your chart colors? Maybe I should just screw around and start stuff on X. Get bored and start some beef. Did anyone make money today? Not really. Most people lost quite a bit today. I mean, it's just hard to trade. How are you supposed to trade like this? If, like me, I wait till 10 a.m. to hit, and then I look for trades. 10 a.m. hit right here. I mean, am I really gonna look for trades in here? Yeah, colors for the candles. Like, there's not much to do inside here. You have little ranges, but this is my typical stop loss size. There's not much you could have taken today. And it's probably going to look the same tomorrow. It's probably going to be another slow, tough day to kind of navigate. It's going to be a challenge. You saw some people took shorts. You could probably take a short. I mean, there's definitely opportunity to. Especially if you're trading like right around open. I wait till this white line, so once this white line is hit, I mean, you'd have to take something like this could be a reasonable trade to take. But then what's your target? Yeah, why I'm cooked for clean shorts. Whoa, holy barcode. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh my goodness. How can anybody trade this? It's so choppy. Yeah, it looked good until 10. Okay, I see the shorts here. Like if you took something like here and did like that or something, you could have gotten like a 1 to 2. But then what's your target? Like if it's down here, these lows. It's so choppy. This is why I don't trade YM. YM is just doing its own thing all the time. YM is in its own world. Look at this mess. That's crazy. What did gold do today? Gold looks kind of clean. Maybe. Not really, actually. Okay, here's a good setup. Sweeping highs, targeting these lows. You could probably look for London lows as your target here. Okay, there's probably actually a decent setup here. What strategy do you trade? Frenelouche? I did not say that right. Frenelouche. What's your strategy? I need to save a new thing here. Middle center, bold, save as, relevant, blue. Because this would have been a nice trade. Sweeping highs, targeting lows. Probably should look at the daily first. That would have been real. I would probably only be looking for longs. So I would honestly be more interested in longing from here than anything else. So I'll actually mark that out instead. But we still do have a nice opportunity here. Do I have my C2? Another thing to make. C2 bottom right. Template save as C2. Internal, external. Somebody watch T-Trades. Heck yeah. Internal to external is where it's at. Still learning though? Hey, we're all still learning. I'm still learning. I have a lot to learn. Look at the 12. I would never trade this late, but if I did... Dang, gold looks clean. What? Maybe I should trade gold. But we would need to close above here. Maybe there's something on the 5 I could grab. Waiting till 12, look at the 5 here. Okay. Yeah, dude, this is actually really nice. Wow. Maybe I should start trading gold. I need to add order block too. I'm gonna change this to just to make it look a little bit nicer. Rate my colors. What do you think of my chart colors? They good or not? That's a tiny stop though, 0.07%. That's really little. But you could target, even if you're looking for like a 1-to-1. Wow, that's pretty quick and easy. Dang. Maybe you would be targeting up there. Maybe you're even targeting this internal liquidity here. That's a 1-to-3. It would have closed early though. The combination is unique. Dang. It is unique, but that was definitely a slight jab. Haven't seen it on Twitter. I like my little color combo. I haven't posted it yet because I haven't taken a trade yet. So I guess the last time I posted it, I posted that because I was drawing on my chart out of boredom because there's nothing to trade. Yeah, I guess the last time I posted anything trading was... Dang, am I even a trading account? Oh yeah, this. Boring colors. Yeah, we had to update that. So gold had actually a really nice long setup here. Very interesting. Let's see if silver had anything. Not really. This dipped down, but it probably stopped anything out. Copper. I traded copper for a little bit. It wasn't bad. What's candle 2? That is T-Trade's fractal model. So on the high time frame, a candle that be a baby lesson. Let me just delete all this. A candle that sweeps out the wick of the previous candle, then closes within, has a stronger likelihood of indicating a reversal. So when we see these, like, here's the wick of this candle, we sweep it out and we close back within this candle's range, this candle after the closure, like we could see this and already say, okay, I think it's gonna reverse based off of this closure alone. C2, candle 2. We could think, okay, it's likely to reverse. So I can kind of like go through a couple examples of those. Let's just mark it out and see what we find. Let's see, let's do the hourly. So this would be, but we didn't sweep any targets. That's an important thing to do as well. But this could indicate a reversal. We just didn't sweep anything. But see how we sweep it and close back in. Good night, guys. That green black background on your chart is cool. Hey, thank you. I like my color combo. How have you been? You're always popping it in the comments. I'd love to see your name. It's the freaking. So this is a candle 2. This is probably a lower probability because we didn't sweep out anything besides that. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so this would be another bearish candle too. We didn't sweep any crazy targets out, but we could look for maybe a bearish reversal, which we did get the continuation here. See if it goes lower. Great. So here we go again, candle 2. Now we're reversing again. That's not. Let's see what else we got. Okay, this is bearish. We would probably look for, like, just off of seeing this, a trade like this is probably decent probability. Maybe. Haha, just kidding. Okay, we did take out those targets, but let's see. Let's play it some more. So right here, this is a good example. This is a high likelihood of a reversal. We got that like doji. What time frame? I mainly use the hourly time frame, like the hourly and the 30-minute. I've been spending a lot of time on the daily lately to go through daily bias. I've gone through like 4 years of price action in the past week, just flipping through the daily. Just trying to get better at being able to read price. Candle 2. Pretty good, just chilling, waiting on the Halloween market tomorrow with Halloween. Trick or treating? I think we will be tricking. Actually, I already went through this earlier. Here's my prediction, and I'm confident. Do with that what you will. He's gonna cut rates by 0.25%. We already know this. Market's not really gonna react by a lot. But in the FOMC press conference at 2:30, he's gonna mention that we are going to have more rate cuts throughout the year. And sometime between 2:30 and 3, we're gonna pump really hard, like 1%, 2% maybe. That's my calculated prediction. How are you going your comeback in the markets this month? Well, I haven't been able to find a trade yet, and with Mr. Powell speaking tomorrow, probably won't find a trade, to be honest. I don't think I'm gonna find anything tomorrow with Powell speaking. Fran, this is another great example of a reversal here. That C2 indicates a reversal after sweeping liquidity, and we reverse upwards. Have you been trading this month, K-Ban? K-Bans? K-Bannies? How did wood do today? Anybody trade the wood markets? Look at wood's price action. It's kind of clean, isn't it? That's VIX. Wood, here it is. Kind of clean. Not really. New York Harbor. See. Okay, this is what we're doing tomorrow. We are going to. When is the release? Let me mark out the release first. Here's the release. Kind of solid this month. Around 6R up. Dang. 6R is good for 2 weeks. That's pretty solid. Here's what we're doing. Swing failure pattern, SFP? I have not. What's that? It's too high? Thanks for telling me. How's that? This is what we're doing tomorrow. We're probably gonna chop around. Draw that better. Much better, thanks. Yes, please. Thank you for telling me. Probably gonna do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then we're gonna drop at the release of the rates. And then at 2:30, he's gonna announce that we're cutting it a little bit more. And we're gonna go up like this. We are definitely doing this tomorrow. I'm marrying this bias. Exactly what you shouldn't do, I'm doing on this bias. Don't do that. Don't set. Do not set your entry limit based on my forecast. I'm not setting an entry limit based on my forecast. That should give you all the information you need. But the candle sweeps the high low and closes within, but the high low that swept should have caused a pretty big swing. Yeah, like a doji candle. Like one of these doji. One of these little guys. JCap uses it. JCap is insane. He's a legend in this space. I can't believe what he's done. $1 million payouts from Apex is crazy. Look at all these names. Dragonfly, Gravestone. We don't need names for these. Just call it a doji. Shooting star. Craziness. We don't need all that. I am pretty confident that this is going to happen, though. Mike, how's it going? Here's my prediction for tomorrow, Mike. This is what we're doing. I was just talking. We're going to get the rate cut of 0.25%, which we all have already anticipated, and it's priced in, and we're going to drop a little bit. And then at 2:30 during the FOMC press conference, he's going to say that we're doing more rate cuts throughout the year, and we're going to pump. So this is exactly what we're doing. We're going to screw around and do nothing until 2 o'clock. We get the rate cut. Okay, we expected it already. It's already priced in. Who cares? But then during the conference, he's going to be like, yeah, we're cutting more. And then we're going to go. That's what I think's going on. What do you think's going on, Mike? Should you even trade AM? Tons of people say no. Like, a lot of people say no. I know a lot of people who just won't even open the charts. I'll open the charts and I'll watch. If you do choose to trade, you should be extra cautious, especially with. Let me find out I can sleep in. You should probably sleep in. You should probably sleep in. Yeah, you should probably sleep in. Yeah, it just screws with price, especially with a rate cut as anticipated as this. There's so much hype around this rate cut. Like, everybody's like, oh my gosh, we're rate cuts tomorrow, FOMC press conference, like, we can't wait, we're finally gonna cut rates. So we're all just like on our toes waiting for this cut to see what happens. But the forecast and what he's teased is a 0.25% cut. This right here, it's a 0.25%. So we already kind of know it's going to be a 0.25%. Now, if for some reason he doesn't cut, that'll be insane. We'll go horribly down. If he cuts more than that, we'll go horribly up. Both of those I think are unlikely, but I do think it's likely during the press conference. He says we'll do like another cut, or we're going to cut another 50 basis points throughout the year or something like that. Long story short, price action's probably going to be pretty dead until 2:30, and then we're going to pop. But I don't trade that news. That's just gambling. I'll listen to the conference, though, because I'll be interested to hear what they're saying. Yeah. Maybe I should just go ahead and say it's a no-trade day and just increase my probability now, because even the daily close... Where do you listen to it? They have like a website. Yeah, the Fed. You can go to forexfactory.com, click on Federal Reserve, and it's somewhere in here. You can also just watch it on YouTube. Like, if you just do Federal Chairman Jerome Powell live. We hunt tomorrow? Sure we shall, Brit. Yes, sir, Ghost. You gotta be cautious tomorrow, though, Ghost. Price action's probably gonna be pretty rough. But, as I say that, Mike, a lot of people will say don't trade a certain day. And sometimes on these days where everybody's like, yeah, we're all not trading, it'll ironically be really good price action, so take it with a grain of salt. That's why I'm just gonna be like watching just to keep an eye out. I mean, I'll be up at work anyway, so there's no harm in me not watching, or no harm in me watching. So, I mean, you can or can't, it won't hurt. Not a bad day to skip. Where you work at? I work at an engineering place. It's like robotics and stuff. So I'm on my computer like all day long listening to Modern Wisdom podcasts. And designing random stuff. You know the podcasts. They're good podcasts. Do you listen to those? I listened to like 2 or 3 today. I've been talking with one guy about them, and they're good. This one guy, Dark, he responds to me and he's so good. Yeah, I would just skip. SolidWorks? Maybe I do. Yeah, skipping is not a bad idea. I've skipped Monday and Tuesday. Both days I haven't traded. And I probably won't trade tomorrow either. And then we'll see what happens on Thursday and Friday. It's really hard to have that balance of trading less, because trading less yields a higher win rate for these like pros. At the same time, it just makes the process take a lot longer to become funded, to make real money. Like, for them it's like, oh yeah, I'll only make 5 trades a month because they're risking $10,000 a trade and they'll make 50K a month, so they're fine with that. But for me to do 5 trades a month, it's like I'm 1/3 of the way through my evaluation. And it just takes forever because I'm just not at that capital level yet. I wanted to do rep for everyone. The market maker will manipulate people because Big Fish is sharing a great gem here, following your footsteps. You're awesome, Ghost. I didn't trade Monday either. Yeah, Monday was kind of cooked. Tell me about this idea. What do you guys think about this idea? What do you guys think about that? Took off before I could even catch any move. Dude, that's the challenge, especially with waiting. Like, I wait till 10 a.m. now to place my trades, so by 10 a.m. today, the move was gone. It was over. There wasn't anything left to catch. Kind of just had to say, all right, on to the next. Dude, there's someone I want to reply to. If you guys haven't checked out Dark, check this guy out. He makes some banger replies. I'll kind of go through my post and his response to my post because it was like a sweet post and reply. So I basically am saying it's just hopeless. The American dream is dead. Social unjustice is on the rise. It seems we are on the brink of a civil war. Owning a home seems virtually impossible, along with the ability to provide, protect, and raise a family. It all feels hopeless. I don't think I'm alone in this overwhelming feeling, hence this post. The fear is exactly what I'm working on the way I do. Trading, X, YouTube, currently working full-time, consistently in the gym. I'm fearful and there's only 2 options when faced with fear. Quitters, I can't beat the system, so I'll let it beat me. Us, this is bad. I'm gonna build something and escape. His response, dude, a fire response. This guy is some of the most quality replies ever. I was looking for a reversal too. I was bullish today and I was waiting for it to reverse, and then we kind of just dropped before 10 and then did nothing. Here's his reply to me. Digital nomadism and entrepreneurship, think those who master it will truly take over the world. It's becoming not necessarily a lot more common, but those who mastered it are becoming more seen. While 99% spend their lives in an endless work debt cycle trying to survive the economy that's squeezing harder and harder, most end up coping with media brain rot, more debt, and alcohol. That's spot on. Eventually their ideas are no longer their own, their assets belong to a bank, and all their time and energy is given working to make someone else rich. The American dream, ladies and gentlemen. The remaining 1% seem to have figured something out. They are younger than you, unimaginably richer than you, and they live a life every day that is fantasy to most. They have figured something out. They escape the noise. They realize the system is disguised to benefit the few and enslave the many. We live in a time more than ever that is designed to make people as comfortable and sedated as possible. You know, Mike, I'm actually really like, this might sound like an ego. It's not an ego, I swear. Goose! Sorry. Sorry. Hey, Goosh. There's a lot of people that are like that, and I'm actually really impressed by you and what you've done, because I've experienced and seen exactly what you're saying. A lot of people who like want to try it, and they try it for like a week or a month, and then they just kind of give up, they quit, it fizzles out, whatever, and then they just go on, and it's just like they just didn't even try. I've got a spreadsheet where I do all my tracking, and and there's a couple sheets in there that some of my friends started, and they tracked things for a week and then quit. Nobody wants to put in the work, Mike, but you're putting in the work, and I love to see it. I came to see you reading a quite interesting tweet I see. Yes, this is a reply to me on one of my posts. It's by this guy named Dark, and he makes some crazy replies. And he's just like really on fire. And guess what the easiest way to control the narrative and people is? Tighten their free time and money, drown them in debt so they are forced to work for you, and what little free time they have, shove propaganda in their face. Dude. Fire, man. This guy is crazy with the replies. He's a smart guy. Yeah, it's quite an interesting tweet. This was a post I made. I was basically saying the world's ending, it's hopeless, working is the answer. You were bullish today, Ghost? Yeah, me too. You can't quit, Mike. Me either. Talk to Goosh. Mike, you should check out Goosh on X. This man is on fire. Go check him out. You have another POV. What if we are trying to figure out things and we spend time that we could spend on fun things, we still end up with nothing awesome? We are trying to figure things. Oh, this is it's the parable of the fisherman. I love this parable. Goose, you'll like this one. You may have heard of it before. There's a fisherman on the dock, and he goes to the dock every morning, and he catches this fish, and he brings it home to his family, and he usually has a couple extra, but he spends a lot of time with his family. He's only out there till noon. He brings the fish home, feeds his family, and they're all happy. And a businessman comes and greets him, and he says, if you just spent a couple more hours, you could catch a lot of fish, and you could sell the fish. And he says, and what would I do with the money? And he says, well, you could buy better fishing tools and a boat. He says, what would I do with that? You could catch more fish, and you could sell even more fish. And he says, well, what would I do with that money? And he says, you could build this business, you could hire employees, get better materials to catch even more fish and just create a whole empire. And then you could sell the company and make a whole bunch of money. He's like, why would I do that? He's like, so then after you've made all this money, then you could spend a couple hours every day catching some fish if you want, and then spending the rest of your day with your family. Well, yeah, well, that sounds like what you were saying. I like that story a lot because I think it kind of summarizes a lot of what I'm trying to do as well. That's my problem with all of this grind. What if it's pointless in the end? It's the pursuit, though. I mean, there's that perspective of like the fisherman, but don't kill me, Goosh. Andrew Tate had a really interesting take that caught my attention because he talked about like there's people that are really happy with mediocre things, like people in a concert, or he took that example of like people jumping up and down, celebrating and having a great time, and they're thrilled and they're happy. And somebody asked him, wouldn't you rather just be that happy guy? And he said no. And his answer was he would rather be unpleasant but prepared given a bad situation. Because like say you're the fisherman who never built a business and sold it. If things go wrong, you don't have the money or the resources to provide given a poor circumstance, versus If you did grind and you did go crazy, if stuff goes wrong, you've got it under control. You've got the money to get it under control. You're just prepared. I was like, that's a really good point too. Two heavy clashing takes. Sounds mature and boring. Part of me still wants it to be like in a movie. Well, heck yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. It's hard. It's hard to navigate and hard to figure out what the right answer is, and ultimately it's subjective because there's a lot of people who would love to just go out there and enjoy life. I mean, that's what 99% of people do. But personally, I think it would be really nice to have that peace of mind and that comfort where when I go to bed or have a family or whatever, I'm like, all right, we could fly to Japan and move there tomorrow if we needed, and I just have the resources to do that. It's like I train boxing and I do it semi-seriously and I stay in shape, but I never want to fight, like, ever. I don't think I'll ever do a fight like in a ring or anything like that, but I at least just have the confidence in myself and the peace of mind where if I needed to fight or if someone was attacking me, I'm not just like screwed. I am at least capable of some knowledge. Exactly, bro. So many people are okay with just being average and working 9 to 5 forever. Yeah. It's really interesting. I have a friend in particular. I used to work at Kings Island, and he works at Kings Island, and he loves it. And he works in maintenance there, and he just loves the roller coasters, and he loves being there, and he will probably be there for a very long time, and he's just a happy dude. And I'm like, you know, it's kind of just this battle of like, dang, he's just happy to be there and happy to live his life. And there's a bit of jealousy from me that comes with like, dang, like, you're just happy to do this? Like, that's pretty nice. That's pretty convenient. That's just a peace of mind offering that's just like, wow. I like that. We were all raised by all these cool movies, and then reality is a little different. It is. There's so many different takes and so many different approaches, and I don't think there's a single right answer, because the friend who likes to go work at Kings Island, and that's just all he likes, he's happy to get up in the morning, he enjoys it. I mean, is he doing it wrong if at the end of the day he's a happy guy? If I did the same thing he was doing, I wouldn't necessarily be happy. I don't think I would enjoy my time. Like, I kind of live life right now a little stressed out. Jacob's Trades. Hey, man. How's it going? I love my job, for example, but it is not constant. There are always weeks or months when I hate it, but then I love it for the next year or two. Yeah, I don't think I would ever give up like a normal job, or I would need to do something every day. Like, the end goal is not sitting on the beach and not working. That would be really depressing. From NFTs in class to trading NASDAQ now. Dude, my NFT project is still listed. I need to pull that up right now. I'll show you guys my NFT project. Nice to meet you. Continue your progress. Have a good night. You too, Jacob. Have a good night. Let me find my NFT project. I went crazy. Don't buy these. I don't know if I have the address anymore. You forgot your login. Typical fish. Dude, check it out. This is me. The fish lore goes deep. I made these. Oh, they're not even listed anymore. I thought I listed them. This was so sad. I made one owner. It's me. Nobody ever bought any of them. I made over 3,000 of these fish. I figured out how to make all the different layers and do a program that like shuffles them and gives them rarity levels. Dude, I was going crazy. The one you bought, if you still have it, you personally can live without at least some job making you. Dude, you're so right, Goosh. You're so right. There's so many studies that say when you stop working, you die younger. Like, if you are not working a job, you're going to be depressed and you're going to die earlier. It is fulfilling. We are made to be working people. And if you stop working, you're going to be, like, depressed and just die. Like, it's depressing to not work. You have to be pursuing something. Working on something. See you tomorrow, bro. Fish, Goosh. Nice project, fish. Love those fishes. Thanks, Ghost. See you tomorrow. This picture went crazy. Let me see if I had a website. I don't have the domain anymore. I built a website. I had an Instagram. I had a Twitter. Twitter got banned. The Instagram, I don't know if it exists. No way. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. Dang. The Instagram probably got banned too. I should get an NFT. It's probably a good time since they're just pretty low. CryptoPunks. Bro, whenever you take 2 weeks off at the job and near the end of week 2, I'm starting to go crazy without working on something. Exactly. Like, it's working on something especially you enjoy, it's like fulfilling. You're gonna have a good life if you're working on something you enjoy. It brings you peace at the end of the day to go to bed and say, hey, I did a good job working today. Like, I put in some good effort and I spent some good time. It is deep fulfilling. God designed us to work. We are meant to be workers. Dang, that's not that cheap. 48 ETH. That's like $160,000. Yeah. Or $200,000. Yeah, I cannot afford these NFTs, guys. What did you do as work, Goosh? Goosh is actually training with the SpaceX team. He is in training to become an astronaut, one of the first people to go to Mars. It's really cool. Yep, it brings me a lot of joy when I see people using Zippo, for example. It gives them more time to spend with their families. Absolutely. It's fulfilling. It's really, like, internally deeply fulfilling. What other NFTs are there? Pudgy penguins. UXUI. That stands for the next rocket they're launching. Doodles. Dang. Does this show price history? Because I remember these were popping for a while. Oh. 13.5 ETH down to 0.7 ETH. Dude, what a horrible sell. 1.5, 13.5, down to 0.7. That's bad. Can you still do the hexagon thing on X where you have like a hexagon profile picture? I remember that was a thing for a while. I don't know if it's still a thing or not. I gotta be careful what I open here. I don't want to click on anything. Let me just look up NFT and see if it's... people have any hexagon profiles. I'm not seeing any. Yeah, I don't think that's a thing anymore. That's not a hexagon. It's so sad that he spent... How much did he spend? Hold on. This is really sad. Oh, I don't know what I just did. Oh, oops. He spent collections, go to little pudgy penguins. He spent $5,000 just to go buy that NFT and then take a screenshot and then upload the screenshot to his profile. The irony. You still have Moon Ape NFT from class? How much did you spend on Moon Ape? Ape. I feel like I remember this. Dude, these were going crazy. All of the monkey spin-offs. You never had an NFT, Goosh? Come on. You gotta get yourself an NFT. I wonder if NFTs are ever gonna come back with like a punch. I am curious to see how they do. I don't know if they'll come back crazy ever or not. You just have some loot, not the monkey anymore. No more monkey. But I bought a new stock, so I have everything in cash in one stock. Dude, what's the stock? You gotta tell me the stock, man, because I know you choose your things wisely. What stock are we talking? Because you definitely pick something wise, intentionally. Riven? What's that? Rivian? The car? Why? Are they like releasing something in the future? Or did they make like a deal or something? Why would you buy a Rivian? Goosh. This does not look like a very good buy. 5 to 7 years. This curve seems they were rather overvalued at their initial launch. It's a big position. How much we talking? Big position. How many shares did you buy? You don't have to tell me how much the shares are. How many shares did you get? 75K? Oh. 75K? Oh. Wow. Oh my gosh, bro. That's so much money. $75,000. What's your selling point? What do you say they do something crazy? At what price you're like, all right, I'm out? Hims? Isn't that like the personal care pill stuff? Hims. Yeah, a bunch of medicine. Oh. Yeah, medicine. I dropped a lot today. If you made 8% in a couple days and you're dropping 75 racks, I can't imagine. Oh, look at that. Isn't that just perfect for you? Well, you probably bought like right here and then rode this and then sold, didn't you? Dang it, Goosh. Dang it. Yes, of course you did. Dang it, Goosh. Goosh. You inspire me to say, oh, I want to have a little position on Rivian and then drop that much is like insane. But that was lucky too. You felt it in your system. Mike? I think it can. I haven't looked at that much, but because there's so much intuition required to be a successful trader, I think if you study NVIDIA for a long enough time period, you could probably apply certain strategies and techniques to NVIDIA to make it work. Like, ultimately, NASDAQ is just the sum of all these stocks. So picking on an individual stock, same general idea. And I took some base hits on props, so probably not trading tomorrow. Goose, you're so rich. That's awesome, dude. Base hits for you are like bands and bands, aren't they? What do you mean? What do you mean, no, you're not? How much did you put on Rivian on a whim? You're rich inside. Aww. And in your freaking bank. Do you have crypto, Goosh? I feel like I don't have a lot of money right now. But I want to figure out like cold storage wallets where it's like actually stored on a USB and not the crypto I have in Robinhood. But I kind of want to have like actual like, this is my remote. I almost sold everything and waiting for the next cycle. Goose, you're ahead of the game, man. Jeez. Yeah, I want to figure out like the cold storage where they get it on a USB stick. What do you mean, nope? Oh. Crypto cold storage. Yeah. I want to get like one of these where it's like completely nobody's touching it. Something like this. That would be sick. This would be really cool. But I don't really have enough money to make it worth it, so I know how it sounds, but really with every year I feel like I focus too much on making things work instead of having fun. It's the duality. It's the duality. But it's probably a bit of a different position for you because you do have like a really solid base. Like, it can hit the fan tomorrow and you are the person who could say, all right, we're moving to a different country, let's go. So there's a bit of peace of mind that you've already secured, like you're already financially stable. And in that case, it does make sense where it's like, what am I working for? I've already done it. Whereas like me, college kid, in here, living at home, it's like a different state where it's like, I'm trying to get to your level, in which case, being at your level, I might be like, kind of chill right now. Like I don't need to floor it anymore. It changed a lot through the past few years. And then I was on university. I thought life will be so long, and now I'm like, life is so short. I'm already having midlife crises at 20, man. I don't need any more. I'm already panicking like I'm behind. I'm really paranoid. Trying to get ahead of the game. I do have one crypto. You gotta catch up. See, Mike, we're both behind. You're panicking like you were behind since you were 12. How old are you now? You're like 28 though, aren't you? 26, 28 or something? Yeah, Mike, we need to catch up to Goosh over here. Goosh throws yearly you're 28. Goosh throws yearly salaries at stocks when he's bored. And says he still feels behind. That's probably a feeling that you never fully eliminate. But there are literal things you can do. Like if you needed to go buy a new car today, you could go just buy a new car in cash and be chill. Different story for me and Mike. For real, gotta get to Goosh level. We all do. We're all trying to unlock our inner Goosh. And also it depends. It depends on what. What, Goosh? This is my largest crypto holding. You know how it sounds. Money is just one less important topic in the life. That's like an achievement. You have to unlock that achievement of money's not as important. I'm working on it. I think I'll get there. I made a plan. I'm going to show this on camera because it's blurry so you guys can't really read it. This is a checklist I made for the next 60 days. Where I'm just going to grind every single day. And it's a list all the way across of like, these are everything I'm doing for the day. So I can grow all my medias and scale and try to succeed, make some money. It feels sad then, TBH. I think that's when you start something you're passionate about. I mean, it's hard for me to say because I haven't gotten to that point, nor have I faced your problem, and nor have I solved your problem that I haven't faced. Because you run for something and then you figure out that it did not change anything substantially. But you've got... That makes sense. But you do have peace of mind and you do have options. Like you could say, I'm really passionate about... For me, it would be like the gym. And I would think like in the future, I would enjoy being a personal trainer or opening a gym or running it like... I don't know, something related to fitness. I would actually really enjoy that, and I would be passionate about that. And I think at your point, you get to a level of financial success where you have an easy opportunity to get into that field because you've got the resources to do it. But in terms of daily happiness, it makes sense that it wouldn't change anything substantially. Making money was easy and other parts of life are much more difficult. I'm going to read between the lines and take a guess. It was based off one of the Modern Wisdom podcasts I was listening to recently. and it was talking about like oxytocin and hyper successful individuals. Their receptors get shot when they essentially obsess over financial success, and they like block their receptors over time to the point where other relational aspects of life get really difficult to manage because you become so focused on your financial growth that you accepted not to temporarily, and then you kind of like screw up that area of life, and then you reach your success, and then you want it, and then you're like, how do I do it? Because you've never done it. That's my guess on what you're referring to. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe you're like, actually, I was just talking about going to the gym. I refer to any part of life, TBH. That makes sense. That does make a lot of sense. Making money is the easiest, TBH. It's not. Oh, it's not easy, Goosh. I'm freaking poor, and I'm trying really hard right now. I did get a little bit of money from X, though. I got monetized, and I made a tiny bit of cash from X. That's pretty cool. Okay, one question. I'm ready. Hit me. What would you choose? Or? What do you mean or? You didn't type anything. You said, what would you choose or? Would you choose to get 1 million and die the next day? I've heard this question before, and it's no. And that means tomorrow is worth $1 million. And you're right. So now you understand. But do you feel like your years grinding were wasted? Like, do you regret the grind? Because to a degree, it made you the successful individual you are now. You've got two choices. You become the successful, underlived 30-year-old, or the unsuccessful, overlived 30-year-old. You can't have both. That's another one where it's like, what's the right answer? Or is there none? But you could do it better, much smarter. Okay. Spread your wisdom to me then. What could I do right now that you're like, dang, I really wish I would have done this when I was a 20-year-old in college trying to grind and make money? Grinding or just having fun? I don't know. I've never fit into the fun crowd per se. Like in college, when I lived on campus for a year, I never went to like parties. I never really hung out with friends. Like I kind of just went to class, went to the gym, and that was it. Like I'm really bad at like having fun, you could say. But this is fun. Right now, fun later. Yes, sir. But I think I would still struggle to have fun later. I think fun would be peace. Or experiences, maybe like vacations. But vacations, like you were saying, Goosh, without work, it kind of gets like, start tweaking out. You can dream big, but whatever I do know, there are limits and I won't achieve things I would like to. So it probably would be better to just stop and have fun, haha. Yeah. It's interesting. I think the chase is part of the fun. It's the pursuit of happiness that brings the happiness, which is hard. But it's only in like retrospect and hindsight that you're like, hey, that was a happy time. Versus right now, I'm here and I'm like, dude, this freaking sucks. I'm not rich. But then I'll make it. And I'll be like, heck yeah, I'm rich. This isn't fun. Wait, it was actually fun when I was chasing it. So many dilemmas. Ultimately, it goes back to the post I made today. The most fulfilling way I believe to go about life is this. Ultimate fulfillment, Goosh. Here's your answer you're looking for. Work hard, trust God. That's really all you can do. Working hard is fulfilling. And then trusting God takes the pressure off. Look at the birds. Look at the birds. It's a great parable in the Bible where in Matthew God is speaking to, I forget who it is, maybe it's not Matthew. Someone is speaking and saying, look at the birds, see how God provides for them. Are you not much more valuable than the birds? No man who worries about their day can add a day unto their life. It's like, dang, that's really good. So look at the birds. They don't worry about tomorrow. God provides for them and you're a lot more valuable. That's a banger. Look at the birds. Alright, it's 9:15. I gotta make a reel. I gotta journal. I gotta read. When do you think the deeper idea of life is insane? Because you need to find a... Need to find a goal. There is no real goal. Yeah. It can be really, like, hard. I don't know your religious stance, but I found by far the most fulfillment and, like, trying to spread, like, this good news. That's been the most fulfilling thing for me, like, by far, helping people. That's a goal that brings a lot of fulfillment, for sure. Like, a real goal is dying when you think logically. But people find their own goals so they won't go crazy. And without a goal, you kind of lose your mind. You're dead on. You're dead on. It's real easy to lose your mind. Especially when you have no sense of direction. Alright, that's why success is cool. Achieving a goal. I can't relate, Goosh. I can't relate. I'm trying to get there. But the process needs to be satisfying. I think the process needs to be horrible. It needs to be grueling, difficult, frustrating, because then when you reach success, isn't it so much sweeter knowing you earned it? Come on. Yes, you do. There's no way you would rather have an easy path to success. Nobody. There's no fulfillment in that. You want to survive if the process is pain? You will survive. It's what makes the success sweet. It's like when you're in the gym and you push to failure and you're like, that was a really good set, but it sucked, and then that's how you grow your bicep. It was painful, but in the process of pain, you grew. And isn't the success that much nicer? Like, nope. I do not agree. That's what people imagine success looks like. Well, if it's all good and happiness, then nothing is good and happiness. This is going to happen for like 5 minutes. Fair. No, that makes sense, because when I got my payout, I felt that. I was so happy for like a couple days. And then I started to get like, I wouldn't say depressed, but I was like, dang. Like, that was it. I got the payout. Right. Now what? Nah, I can kind of relate to that a little bit. Yeah. But I've got different motivation now, and it makes the grind even better. Because I'm trying to grind and succeed so that I can, like, be a provider and have, like, a family and relationships and all of these sweet things. So there's, like, a real deep motivation that's more than just no risk, no Rari. So it's more fulfilling, I think, to reach some of those, because it's like, alright, I can use this money for X, and X makes me feel good. I haven't gotten a payout since July. Kinda cooked. I think you will, Goosh. I believe in you, man. If you have any questions about building a family now, it's hard. Dude. Nah, I'm working on that part. It's so hard. I think you saw my post about the friend. Dude. The friend who was gonna go on a date last week. He was so excited. He was all hype to go on that date. And then he got like mints and car fresheners. He got a car wash. And then he ended up going to the gym instead. He's working hard though. You feel like you're learning very fast? That's great, Mike. Learning is all you can really be doing right now, and building the good habits. I think I've gotten like 7 payouts in total, but you've been on too many dates. Not going to do dates right now. Dude, I'm low-key crashing out hard right now. Like, I'm losing my freaking mind. I'm like on what you're coming off of. I'm on that. I'm going on dates. And a whole lot. Dude, this is a day trading stream. You're doing way better on the phone than the last one you blew. That's good. That's good. The fact that you already got it funded. How long have you been trading? For what? Like a couple months, and you've already got a funded account? Insane work. Tell Sean to hop on game. Tell Sean he needs to lock in on trading. You're tired of women? No. See, I'll probably get there in a little bit. Or I'll just get lucky. Alex Hormozy said it really wise, and I was like, dang, that's a really good piece of advice. I kind of need to work on that. Because, you know, we're all looking for the unicorn, and you only need to find one. But if you think that you're just gonna find the perfect one on one date, you're asking for a miracle. You're probably gonna have to go on 10 first dates before you find anyone you're interested in. Like, dang, that's really good, and that shifted my perspective. So now I'm kind of off the wire. Goosh, if you want a date, hit me up. You can take me out to a dinner. I won't say no. You started Futures in June. That's not long ago. 3 months is insane. You practiced a good amount on your demo account. Your piano is great. Dude, Mike, I'm so proud of you, man. You're going to make it. Stick with it, dude. Stick with it. It would be so cool to personally know someone who's actually locked in and makes it. Make it. Make it, Mike. You're too far away. Come on, Goosh. You got money. I'll be your gold digger date. Send me a PJ. My friends, I tell them if you're serious, you can text me and I send them a confidence. Yeah, dude. It takes a real kind of insane person like Goosh to make it. Uh-oh, OBS. Yes, we'll make it and pop out of the high school reunion. Hopefully by then I'm living in Europe and going to the reunion would be a hassle. You gotta be delusional, but in a good way. Oh yeah, you gotta be crazy delusional. Delusional like Goosh. I've just been gassing Goosh up for like an hour. Alright, I got stuff to do. I need to go to bed. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Stop. Goosh. You're just a regular guy. Dude, have you lost your mind? Never say that again. You're not a regular dude. Because if you were really transparent on Twitter, you had no idea how many people, including myself, would be like, dang, I want to be just like him. I want to get to his level. See you, Mike. Stay off the charts tomorrow. Yeah, enjoy sleeping in. You're not a regular guy, Goosh. You're a guy who I look up to and I'm like, dang, I need to get to that level. I need to reach that level of security. Anyways, I'm hopping off. This was fun. I'll probably start doing these every Tuesday. I might have to dial in the time that I do them. We'll see. And then I'm also going to do these Saturdays. I'll go live on Saturdays as well. So Tuesdays and Saturdays, those are going to be my live stream days. These guys are so big. What? What guys? Much bigger than me? Okay, but you're probably minimum 20x big as me. Goose, you're distracting me. Bedtime is coming up. And I've got work to do. For example, I saw this guy. Who's this guy? And then I'm hopping off and doing stuff and editing in bed. KJ Futures. He took like 800K in a month or two. Whoa! I've seen that name before. I may even follow him. Number one PnL. Oh yeah, I've seen it before. I think I follow him. Maybe not. But dude, you're doing great, man. You're doing great. The grass is always greener on the other side. There's always a higher achievement to reach. 879 is crazy. There's always a higher level to reach. But if you can learn to enjoy the process and find eternal peace by when I see it. If you've got any questions, you feel you're poor, no words for you. No words for you. I feel poor. My bank account has less than $1,000 in it. I think it has like 200. I'm really poor right now. Bro. I'm working on a goosh. This game works that way. You always compare. You need to you need to get off the futures market and get in the dating market, bro. Date the right girls. You're trying to learn not to do it, but it's sick comparing. Get yourself in the dating market. That's what I'm trying to do. It really honestly sucks. Dating actually really sucks. I don't like it. But that's where it's at. Alright, it's bedtime, Goosh. I gotta hop off and do stuff. So I'm gonna see ya, and I will talk to you later. If you've got any questions about, like, religion, I'm not religious, but I am a Christ follower, and I think it's honestly the only way anybody can really find peace, and I would love to answer any questions you've got. So if you've got any questions, shoot me a question. Be happy to talk to you about it. You do live in Europe. You're insane. All right. Good night, bro.